with this rack, we have to take out this part here because it's a nerve. And if you cook like that, the meat will be retracted. So we don't want to do that. So today we are doing this recipe with lamb, but you also can do that with veal, with beef, with pork, with any kind of meat you want. We want to take out the fat. And what you want to do is to get a very similar, presentation. The garnish has to be the same size, the same shape. You know, it's more difficult to make classical cuisine than nouvelle cuisine. Okay, so now we sear the meat, you see? Alors, to sear the meat means that we want to color and we want to make like a crust, okay? And so I did that in olive oil. So what we do now, when you cook a roast, what you need to have is a garnish. And the garnish to cook the roast, to give the taste of the roast, of the roti, is carrot, onions, like that. You take some thyme from Provence. Okay, so that's what we do. Plus the trimming of the meat that you don't put on the garbage. You keep it to give some taste. You know, more you have, vegetables and meat like that, more give some taste to your jus. So, but personally, I prefer to get some color. It's very interesting. So you see that now? So that's what you have not to do. So you put your vegetables here. Now you take a rack, and you take another rack, but it's not the same. And you put that here, just to roast. You see? And what I want to do here, I will take. You are not obliged to do it. If you want to do that at home, you can take some water to put on the bottom, just a little bit, and you put on the oven for your meat not to be dry and to have a good taste. And this water, of course, will be used as a jus. So your oven is preheated at 200. And after that, normally you put yes?
And this is using a clarified butter as opposed to a shortening, is adding a layer. If you use the shortening, you'd be missing one layer of flavour along the way. They're building blocks.
The roast, but it's just to show you. You see, cooking process is doing like that. And what we normally do is to take a spoon, like that, and you baste your... okay, so now you take some of the stock, like that, and you put it on the top. Because during the cooking process, the stock will go inside the meat and give some taste. And now I turn the lamb like that, and put again for 5 minutes and 35 seconds exactly. Like that. And you see the butter is not burned, so you can use again and again. Okay, so now the mushroom. So here is the mushroom from Paris. We call that white mushroom or champignon Paris. I brought that in my suitcase. No. And you have shiitake on the side, mixing of culture. You have some cep. You know cep? Cep is good. It's expensive, but good. So now what you do here, you season with salt and pepper. Here. You see, I use the hot pan with the trimming and vegetables. And again, I will let it reduce. And what I'm doing, I will put more of the jus. So you see, this kind of potatoes you can make in advance. Well, today we have a very special oven. And I will put 2 minutes on the oven, just 2 minutes, because we want for the glaze to stick, you know, on the top of the potatoes, okay? Ooh. Voilà. And we call that, so now I put a little bit of butter on the top, you see, to be bright, a little bit of this glace de viande, and what you have is that. Okay, and I will put some like that. So now, you know, make a presentation. Put on the top, in the bottom of the plate, like that. You see? And we call that a cordon bleu. No, it's a cordon.
A ribbon.
A ribbon. It's always the same story, you see. Alors, you know, in classical cuisine, even with cuisine nouvelle, a plate has to be light and not too heavy. And here you go, you see? You have the lamp. So it's easy, and your friend will come back. Thank you. So,